everyone again.
Hello.
This is a video about how to incorporate the Chopin method into the repertoire. How do we use this Chopin method when we practice what we are practicing, right?
Yes, that's right.
So maybe a few things first. As with the Chopin method, the same things apply before. Make sure you keep breathing naturally. As in yoga, be watchful for any strain inside the body. Maintain correct body position, seat height and distance to the piano, obviously. Relaxed body, mentally focused. Never prepare the next note. Just like in the exercises in the Chopin method, also in our repertoire, we never prepare the next note. We just naturally let it come as it comes.
That's right.
Now, one important thing is in phase 3, remember the legato marcato in forte, every note won't necessarily be of equal length. For example, if you have a minim, a crotchet, or a quaver. Now, why is that? Because we try to integrate the Chopin method in this third phase. Naturally, there will be differences if you have a melody line with a slur, a legato slur above it, and with an accompaniment below it, which is semiquavers, for example, or staccato, or another figure. So,
or the thumb has a long note and there's a melody played above that, whilst the thumb holds that note.
Exactly, and that could be the left hand too. Yeah, the bass note, and then with
either hand.
Of course.
Yeah.
Very correct. And one last thing, science discovered basically only 5 to 10 years ago, it's very recent. It's a phenomenon that is called, well, the importance of having breaks, of resting in time from your practice. You know, most pianists are under tremendous time pressure. You have a competition, a concert. We're stressing out and always playing with strain, and some get injuries. It's so important to, when you try to learn a difficult passage, to do it 2 or 3 times and then pause and stop and take one conscious breath, a diaphragm breath. And think of nothing. Not of your problem, not what you're trying to study, just maybe look outside the window to some trees if you have any chance, or just relax and enjoy. For 5 seconds. That's, at least in the experiment I did it for 30 seconds, but that's not very realistic in our piano practice, so we expect the effect to appear already as from 5 seconds. And then you try again. And you might think that slows you down, but you will notice that you learn actually much faster, because just shortly what happens in this pause that you do, the breathing, the hippocampus, which is a part of the brain which is responsible for the memory and concentration, repeats what you just gave it 20 times faster than you are doing with your consciousness.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's 20 times more efficient than we are with our practice all the time. So what you have to do is you have to leave it alone and just give it some clear instructions. 3 times you do this difficult passage, these few notes, and then you let it do the work for you. The hippocampus will do it 20 times faster and more efficient for you. Of course, you have to give it the right instructions. If you make a fault and you didn't pay attention to the right dynamic or the right fingering or the right note, the hippocampus, all it's going to do is repeat 20 times the information you gave it. It's like a computer. So you have to be very cautious and careful to study in the right way, in a very precise way.
Yes.
But then let it do the job for you and don't get tired. What does this mean? If you're getting tired during your practice, it means you haven't paused enough times. You have waited too long till you're mentally tired. If you do these pauses, you can much longer study, you will have less strain, it will be much more comfortable also and pleasant to study the piano.
Much more enjoyable to practice.
Precisely, and that's what we want for all our students, right? I mean, we want to help teachers, students, conservatories, anyone with this method to to apply it and have efficient and pleasant experience studying the piano.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So maybe shall we pick some repertoire to illustrate those 4 phases? How do we incorporate it into the repertoire?
Yes, okay, yes.
What do you think of the Chopin study Opus 10 number 3? That's a beautiful one.
10 number 3, yes.
With melody and accompaniment.
Yeah,
shall we do that?
That's a good one, yes. That's a nice one to show.
All right.
Okay. Here she is.
Great.
Okay, so
shall we take the beginning, or what do you suggest? The first
I think the beginning.
4 bars.
We just take the first 5 bars, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the melody makes an entrance. Very start of the piece to the end of that phrase. So.
And separate, I guess.
Separate.
Yeah.
You can do either.
Yeah, if you are.
It depends how well you know the piece, I suppose.
True. If you know it, you can
judge
do
it. You judge it according to your circumstances.
Exactly. If it's too hard with 2 hands, obviously you're gonna drop 1 hand, and it's as simple as that.
At any point, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll try it with 2 hands.
Okay. Great.
That's the first one. That's the first of Chopin's exercise employed in the practice of repertoire manner.
What was the name again of the first phase?
The staccato.
Exactly.
It's the staccato phase where we play everything, every note, staccato and pianissimo and very lightly.
Exactly. We refer to the first video where we explain the Chopin method with the 4 phases to have the full explanation about this application in the repertoire.
Absolutely, of course, yes.
Let's go to the second phase for the same bars that you just played.
The second phase, which is what's the name of the second phase?
Legato staccato.
Legato
it's a
staccato.
slightly heavier staccato.
So exactly the same way, but legato staccato and with a heavier attack on the key, but beautifully. Every note is beautiful as it allows. And every note equal. There's no difference in tonal gradation between notes. They're all equal.
Excellent. So, shall we go to the third phase?
The third phase. The accentuated legato phase. Yes, the third one. Okay.
Exactly.
So
that's the phase, remind you, where we will have some different note values because of
some longer notes.
Exactly.
Some notes may be longer than others, so we have to incorporate that.
Exactly. Maybe we can here apply it and explain to the audience.
I'll show the left. Should I show the left hand?
Yeah.
Because we have a longer note in the bass here with 2 shorter notes above. So
Exactly.
we incorporate that in the same practice technique in this manner.
beautiful. Notice how Anthony didn't prepare his thumb on the octave B higher, but only last minute jumped to it. So no preparation.
No preparation.
Until last time.
That's right.
Peter has a wonderful exercise about that, which is called the chameleon, which is where you last minute
Yes.
jump with your thumb all over the keys, and you extend your hand actually. And Liszt himself said that like athletes in pianists should formulate exercises for sudden expansion and contraction of the hand, which Peter beautifully did in a few of his exercises.
Absolutely.
So it comes from Liszt himself, so that's a good thing to know.
Certainly is, most certainly.
Shall we do it in the right hand too?
Do you want me?
We have the melody in the right hand, and then we have the accompaniment, right?
Should I put the two hands together, or would you like
Maybe just do the right hand alone, because to notice the difference, the subtlety, because it's very subtle. The length of the melody and the length of the accompaniment in the right hand alone.
Okay. To the right.
Okay, I'm just gonna come a little closer, because could you show the audience the precise spot, and we need the text for that. So we have the melody, and you see the legato slur here.
Yeah, I made a bit of a mess of that. I forgot about. Anyway,
we can show the audience now perfectly, which means that the accompaniment will sound
equal.
But slightly shorter.
Yes.
Then
I see. Yeah.
After the E, can you just show it again?
Yes, of course.
In audio.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear that? One more time, please. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once more.
Once more, please.
Okay.
So notice that the B in the accompaniment is slightly shorter released than the E to the D sharp, because the slur ends on the E. Okay. Yes, fantastic. Can you just do it once so I can show the audience your hand?
Certainly, okay.
And now they can remember.
You ready? Okay.
Yep. For everyone, you heard the difference in length note between the accompaniment and the melody, or the longer line.
It's very, very subtle, isn't it?
It is very subtle indeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be aware of it.
Yeah. Maybe we can show a different passage.
Yes, okay, yes.
Just with the same example. Well, 32 looks interesting with the jumps.
Oh yes, yeah,
With the thirds.
yeah.
So we have a legato slur towards the next note. Each two notes we have a legato slur on the two notes, on the two notes.
Okay.
And they're sectioned like that. Let's try it. Phase 1, staccato.
Phase 1.
Yeah, that's quite straightforward, isn't it?
Pretty simple, yes.
That's good.
Yes, it's pretty simple.
So phase 2, remember the heavier staccato or portamento. Great.
Yeah.
That's good. And now we have the third phase again, which is a bit special, but not in this case, because all the notes are of equal value, I think.
They're all equal value, except that two of them are slurred, aren't they? So we have to take that into consideration.
There we
in
go.
the execution.
Exactly. Then there's the difference gonna be. So we have the legato marcato phase number 3.
So there will be a slightly longer gap between some of them.
Exactly.
Which are not phrased.
The shortest gap is gonna be with the legato slur, and the longer gap is gonna be where the legato slur ends towards the next note.
Precisely like this.
Beautifully, yes. I hope it's very clear for everyone, the timing and the length of the sound. So what I would do is I would imagine myself breathing slightly when I take a longer gap.
Yes.
You know, it's like a moment to mentally just relax a little bit and go towards the next note. So you have the different chunks, so to speak, but still connect them, of course, in one big whole.
Yes.
Yeah. Great, that's very clear. And then we would have it, the fourth phase, the legato reel.
The culmination.
The culmination.
Yes, the end result, if you like.
Exactly, yeah. Beautiful. Exactly. Beautiful sound, and as you played beautifully, it's pianissimo, as soft as you can, the legato, in order to detect any incorrect or not hitting the two notes exactly together, etc.
Yes.
The position of the hand to make everything relaxed, but everything together, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, nice. You have an idea for another Chopin etude or any other piece? Next piece we could attack?
I'm just thinking.
What about the revolutionary etude?
Revolutionary? Oh.
Yeah. Or no, the fifth.
The fifth?
Maybe the Opus 10 number 5.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, maybe we can have a look at that.
That's okay, let's have a go on that one.
Also the first 4 bars I think will be very
just the first 4 bars.
exemplary.
I think in this instance I can demonstrate how important it is to incorporate Peter's exercises as well in our practice, in our repertoire practice, as and when we need them.
Yeah, how it can be helpful.
For example, in this one we have the chords in the left, which are not especially huge chords, but there still may be a little bit of tension when we start, and we can overcome that by the practice of the parachute exercise.
Oh yeah, the parachute etude.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah, that would be very interesting to show.
I'll show that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show that. Anyway, we start staccato, as always.
Phase 1.
Phase 1, pianissimo, staccato.
clear, staccato, light touch,
Yeah.
and no preparation in the left hand.
No.
Beautifully done.
You can tell.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we practice.
It
Great.
doesn't matter. You
No.
know, wrong notes. It's better to play them, but to play them correctly than.
Yeah, it's better to play a relaxed wrong note than a completely tensed right note, isn't it? An ugly with an ugly sound.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And then
So phase 2.
phase 2, same again, but 40.
Beautiful. Shall we demonstrate the third phase 2 here?
And the third phase, we have the
Maybe it's not so different, right?
not so different. I think it is, because we have the staccato on the left and a
Oh yeah,
full 2-bar legato.
correct. So the
So,
melody line, of
important.
course, is legato and the left hand is staccato. So we will feel a difference indeed. Let's show the audience. Yeah.
But in the context of the practice, in this manner, every note is of equal tonal duration. So
Absolutely.
how do we say? Equally,
Same dynamic,
Same
forte,
dynamic.
same duration,
that's what I mean, yeah.
same tempo.
It's the same dynamic. There's no difference in the notes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there is a difference between the right hand and the left hand in length.
Yes. Like this.
No preparation. Relaxed. Beautiful.
Hence there's a slight stretch there between the D flat, A flat, C flat, E flat. Unless we have hands like Rachmaninoff
Or Clara
or
Haskell.
Clara Haskell,
Peter's
yeah.
big example.
Of course, yes. It might cause a little bit of tension, which it does with me. So I would overcome that with the parachute. Should I show it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please do so.
Like this?
The parachute exercise by Peter Feuchtwanger.
Peter Feuchtwanger.
Exactly. And then into the keys. This is already the parachute exercise applied to the repertoire, to the specific chord where the tension arises.
And if the chord's too big, we take a smaller one.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
it's a disc chord, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because we're practicing, we're not giving a concert.
Yes, it's
So-
the feeling and the choreography we're practicing.
Could be that your hand's a little smaller. So
Beautiful.
and similar to yoga, eventually we get the right stretch. We can do the downward dog better, you know. Or whichever.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't get any strain anymore, and you're with the right tension where you need it, but not where you don't need it.
We can reach our toes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then there's still the fourth phase remaining, which is the legato.
The legato, yeah. So we do the whole lot, pianissimo and legato,
Exactly.
except of course the left, which is staccato.
Yes,
So we incorporate them into the repertoire.
exactly. Beautiful. All right. Any other passage? Maybe.
Let's have a look.
This could be nice.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that one. Yeah.
Because we have slurs, we have legato slurs over each 3 16th notes.
Yeah.
And in the left hand we have quite some leaps. So if you look in your score, bar 79, you can follow with us.
Okay. So, should I do the staccato, the first one?
Yeah.
I'll go through them again.
Just
yes. Staccato, number 1.
That's, I think, very clear.
Yes.
And then maybe we can go straight to phase 3 to show again the difference between the 3 16th notes under the legato slur and then the next legato slur.
I see, yeah.
To show the difference.
Of course, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And now could be a good moment to breathe.
Yes.
Once you've done it, you're happy about it, you let the hippocampus work for you.
So I would relax either like that or like that, it doesn't matter really.
Doesn't matter.
Just relax and think of nothing and just breathe.
Exactly.
Yes? Would you?
Absolutely. And then you instill
with the pianissimo legato.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, if it's more difficult, you would only play 3 notes or chunk a bunch of them, 5 notes, whatever is necessary.
It depends on the piece.
Excellent.
Or the passage.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you have a dense structure in Rachmaninov, Tchaikovsky, what have you, Alkan, then you would take a shorter bit and then pause and breathe and then do it again. Up to 7 times is the ideal, the most efficient way to learn is up to 7 repetitions. After that, the learning curve declines. So
Absolutely.
if it's something super difficult that you're trying to push through your own limit, then practice up to 7 times this passage in small bits and then do the breathing exercise and let the hippocampus work for you instead of you sweating and getting tired. Yeah, look at us, we're working for several hours now and we're still in fresh shape because we take little breaks and breathing in between. So
that's right.
That's
good. Right.
Maybe do the revolutionary etude?
The revolutionary.
Would that be interesting for Peter's fingerings?
Oh yeah, of course.
Also?
Of course, yes. Good point, David. Is that it? Yeah. That's the one.
So what is special about the fingering and also the chord? Which of Peter's exercises could we apply? And also, of course, the Chopin method. But I think that's clear by now.
I think so.
Maybe here we want to show more Peter's fingerings and the parachute in the chord.
Of course, the revolutionary starts with that famous chord, which is not a stretch, but can still be practiced. Although it's not a stretch for me, the chord, if I practice it like that with the parachute exercise, it still relaxes me more into it nevertheless, if I practice it properly like that. Leading to the fifth finger.
So you grab with the fifth finger.
Yeah. I tend to do. And to relax, hang on the fifth finger especially, and pull into the fifth. Repeat a couple of times round, slower, and again, slower, and again, 2 or 3 times. And then I will incorporate it in my practice. Again, that is a stretch, that one, so we do it again. Because there's more a stretch between 3, 4 and 5 there. So that's more important than the first chord, I think.
Correct.
And then I will relax. I think the most important part is Peter's fingering when the etude gets going, isn't it? Would you agree,
Sure.
David?
Yes. In the beginning,
go ahead.
Also, I think many pianists will start on the A flat with the left hand with the second finger, like the edition also mentions, by the way, and this is a very good edition. We're playing from the Wiener Urtext. However, maybe you can show the people, if you start with your left hand on the, it's more natural to start with the third finger actually, as with the second, and prepare your thumb already to the G.
And the reason for that is because if you go from the 2, 1, 2, there's tension here because you've used the second so many times, twice within the space of a second or so. So it's tense. But if you come in with 3, it leads to the second. The second finger naturally falls on the F if I use 3 to begin with.
True.
Again there. Second finger leads me up to the 3 in a relaxed manner. Oops. Etc.
And maybe always in an elliptical way.
Yes.
Peter used to say the shortest distance between 2 points is an ellipse. Like, so, yeah, maybe you can show again. Voilà, he goes into the keyboard.
Right into the back of the key.
Up.
Yeah. Out. And this way.
Whereas if you would go down, you would go out of the keyboard and back into it. The remaining ellipse from up to down.
From up to down.
Yeah, from up.
From up. Yeah, I beg your pardon.
Outside the keyboard. If you had a leap, you would go down.
Yes, that's right.
Whatever.
That's it.
Whereas you go inside the keyboard. So, and the right hand does exactly the opposite. Goes into the keyboard when you're going down and outside the keyboard. So basically you're playing into a plane which is diagonal diagonal over the keyboard like this, and your hands move in this plane, so to speak. Okay, maybe there's a fingering here somewhere with the third on the G.
Yeah.
Is it worth mentioning? And the fourth?
I
on
think
the
so,
G?
yeah.
So this is bar 10. I will make bar 10.
Okay, I'll do it
Yep.
slow so you can see.
So again, it's different from the score Wiener Urtext. But it's more natural because it changes between the second and the third finger on the G there. 3, 4, 4. Exactly. Very good. So maybe, what about the list etude?
The list etude, yes. Which one, David?
Well, what about some broken chords
Broken chords.
to illustrate the Chopin method? The timing, maybe harmonie du soir?
Harmonie du soir, I was just going to say, yes.
That should be an interesting one. We all know harmonie du soir. It's one of the main etudes of the set of the transcendentals, right? Very beautiful. And but we have many broken chords into the melody, so that's impossible to play in time, in tempo. Even in a slow tempo, you would never manage to do that, and that's not the point neither. The point of the Chopin method is to practice the articulations, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. That's
So
right.
maybe, yeah, where the arpeggi start. That's what, bar 24. Yeah.
What do you reckon, David? Would you like me to demonstrate the Chopin practice method in
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
For those 2 bars, maybe.
Just these couple of bars here.
Yeah, exactly. That would be enough.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we have the arpeggiato con molto sentimento.
I was just going to say that.
Go on, sorry.
No,
Stole
you're
your
right.
words, go ahead.
You're right. So he doesn't write legato list, but obviously there's a drive forward, like as if in a melody going towards the next bar, which is a big arpeggio in D flat major.
It's a little awkward, the very first chord of the right, because we have the
Yes.
A flat, F, A flat, F.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
impossible to play.
It can be one to be individualized and practiced on its own, perhaps. You know,
Yeah,
I would perhaps do that.
you isolate it.
Maybe again.
Yeah.
And then
So you see, no preparation and still elliptical and beautiful staccato drop.
and then the stronger staccato, the second exercise.
The second phase. Great. So you see, you're going in one slow elliptical movement over the broken chord. You don't go pam, 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 saccadic.
No.
It's all ta ti, all in one big slow movement.
Every movement is natural.
Exactly.
And then the third one, the legato.
Yes.
Got it second time.
Yes. It's very hard. Beautiful. So that's forte. Really grab the key as long as you can, and then last minute jump with the wrist like a reflex to the next note.
That's right.
Exactly.
And then I would practice then perhaps the whole passage. Like
Yes.
I'll demonstrate the whole passage in the Chopin manner.
Very good. With the left hand.
With the left hand, of course.
Very clear. So you notice a slight silence in between every broken chord to pause and then go to the next one.
I mean, obviously, you're not going to play them like this ultimately, you know.
No.
But it's the practice method which prepares for that.
Yes. But you still isolate every chord from one another. You're not just playing a bunch of notes one after another, mixing chords.
No.
It's very clearly distinct,
very,
which is
very
important
precise, yes.
thing. Exactly.
And the second one? The fourth
yeah.
one? I was preparing the left a little bit then, so I'll do that again.
Very good. See, he noticed it and he corrects.
You learn to notice your
yes, we correct ourselves. Exactly. Ah, much richer sound. Beautiful. I think that's very clear.
Okay, good.
Phase 3 would not here be so special, I think.
Perhaps not, yeah, no. I think it's one of those passages that with practice you eventually it falls into place by itself. You find your own way to do it via the practice of these Chopin methods, don't you?
Yes.
And then it just becomes natural.
You just have to do it and try it for yourself.
Yes,
and see what you feel and what you find.
That's right.
Have an open spirit for it. That's very important.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe to close off, we can choose a second list etude. Well, what about Feu Follet, one of the hardest in the set?
Hey, it's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Well, why not?
Why not? Just a little piece of it. Oh, there we have it.
Here we go.
So we have an introduction, and then at bar 18 the melody comes in the left hand. in B flat major. And of course we have the very famous double notes where, you know, the third and the fourth finger, to have the independence of the fourth finger is the hard part, because they are called Siamese twins, the third and the fourth finger, right?
That's right.
And,
Yes.
and Liszt tried to work on that and have fun with that. There's even a story where he would have a cigar in between his third and fourth finger, playing the Kreutzer Sonata with Joseph Joachim, and even Joseph Joachim was looking back while he was playing, like, what the hell is he doing?
That's
Going
right,
off the
yeah.
keyboard
Yeah.
up and down with a cigar in between his fingers. So as you see, Liszt would never play the same piece the same way, and he would always challenge himself to distribute the remaining notes in between the other fingers. So
It's a great story, that's one I love.
Isn't
yes.
it?
Yeah, I love it.
Alan Walker tells this also. It's on YouTube.
That's right.
You can look for it. Yeah. But
So
let's see.
Take this bit, yes.
Okay, hand separate or well, maybe not if you can. I mean, it's up to
Let's
you.
try it. We'll try it in the Chopin preparation. We do the whole lot staccato, although
Yes.
the right hand is marked sempre legato, but we do it all light staccato.
Exactly. And let me show the audience that we have a legato slur here. Ti-yam, and then we release. Ti-yam.
Furthermore, we have a crotchet here, but it's all staccato.
Exactly. This one is a quarter note, which lasts up to here.
Okay.
So let's see. Fantastic. Can you do that again? And now I will film your hands.
Yeah, okay.
The audience has now the score in their memory.
Yeah. Say when?
Yep. No preparation, relaxed. Smashing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, you've got a chord like that,
Can you indicate it a little longer?
just there.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Yes.
You can use the parachute exercise on that. Just to get that stretch between the second finger and the fifth finger.
Can you show it again from this angle?
Certainly, yes.
Yes.
And pull into the fifth. There we go, like that. And then join it in context. Etc. Like that.
Great. Can you play it just a bit more in speed? What the result would be towards slowly getting into tempo?
Yeah, at 11 in the morning again. Well, it's 10 past now.
It's already 11:30.
Etc.
Fantastic.
It's a bit slow, but It's you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
You find the right fingers. I was changing the fingerings then.
Yes, you did.
Spontaneously, because I didn't know what I was using.
You didn't play the fingering from the edition, that's for sure.
I don't know what I used.
Yeah.
But that's the point with these methods, isn't it, David?
Yes.
Would you agree with me?
Yes. When you do the Chopin method,
Yes.
you have a doubt about the fingering, I find that the natural fingering comes automatically because your hand is relaxed, the shape, and you just know this is the finger you have to use. It's like magic. I cannot explain it. You have to try it for yourself.
That's the best way of putting it, I think.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's just like magic, isn't it?
Yes.
It just comes. The body finds the way.
Yeah. It's an intelligent way of practicing.
It is,
and
absolutely.
efficient.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. So I hope you enjoyed our second video about how to apply the second method into the repertoire. And if you have any further questions, I'll leave my details and Anthony's below, and you can always contact us.
Absolutely, yes.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.